Hello, Potato. It is December the 1st, and that means it's time to start the third annual Void of Intelligence Advent Adventure. Over the last couple years, I've made it a bit of a tradition, mostly for myself, to open Advent calendars and use these videos as an excuse to do it. Now, what I try to do in this series is I like to do one LEGO calendar, one not LEGO calendar, like last year we did the Hot Wheels calendar. The year before that was the Marvel Mini Pops calendar. We've got Thanos and Punisher sitting right there still from that. And then add in some sort of a food calendar, but not little bits of chocolate. I've never been a fan of the little bits of chocolate advent calendars. So a couple years ago we did hot sauces, which were unfortunately fairly disappointing and never did get actually used. Last year we had that great cheese calendar with all the fun little cheese jokes in it. This year I want to do something somewhat similar, but it didn't really work out because when LEGO revealed their advent calendars, I was thinking I'd do Harry Potter like I had the last couple of years, but then they released pictures of the Star Wars one. I normally skip the Star Wars one because I don't usually care for the little ships in it, although I'm kind of coming around because I can put them in the Santa's Workshop part of my Winter Village. It justifies their existence. But they released images of the calendars for this year, and the Star Wars one was going to be Mandalorian themed. I thought, oh, well, I guess we'll do Star Wars this year. And then, like a day later, they unveiled the first Marvel Avengers LEGO Advent Calendar. They hadn't done a Marvel one before, and yeah, I couldn't resist. Because if nothing else, it makes this series the Adventgers. Adventures, Advent, Adventures. So this series is Adventgers Assemble, which admittedly probably sounds better as a title than Advent Calendars 2021, which is what it probably otherwise would have been. So yeah, I went with the Avengers here. 24 gifts. Ages 7 up, it's kit 76196, a total of 298 pieces. We're going to have, looks like, little Christmas Thor, and Spider-Man, and Thanos, and Black Widow, and Iron Man wearing an ugly sweater over his Iron Man suit for some reason, because why not? The Iron Man figures always look a little weird anyways, because it always looks like a child wearing a Halloween mask. But we got here in the back, looks like it's all going to fold out into being a little bit of the Avengers compound from Endgame, and why not? So, I said that it didn't work out by doing a LEGO one and a not LEGO one, and that's because I couldn't get past my initial impulse to buy the Star Wars one. Yep, it's Mandalorian themed. I'm almost kind of tempted to try to do that with my Razor Crest, try to decorate it up, but not that tempted. I haven't done it. But in here we're going to have Mando and IG-11 and a little holiday Grogu and a little holiday-themed hover pram. So yeah, again, 24 gifts. This one is 335 pieces, so you get more LEGO in this one, despite these being sold for the same price. And it's for ages 6 and up, which is even more interesting, I think. And it's kit 75307. You would think, being advent calendars, they'd be nearer to each other in number, but they're not. And in here we're going to have just a little fold-out snowy scene. Oops. And a speeder bike. Well, let me pause here and pick that up. And for the third calendar, I really did enjoy that cheese one last year. But I wanted to do something a little bit different this year. I was looking at some maybe boozy ones, like last year Crown Royal. I know I tend to focus on them a lot. Did an advent calendar. I didn't get it. And it was getting close to the end of November, and I really still hadn't settled on anything. And then I saw at my local Sam's Club this, and well, we're going through it again. It is the 2021 Ilchester Cheese Advent Calendar. But see, last year my biggest disappointment in it was that it only had 5 or 6 flavors of cheese in it. So we just, very quickly after the first week, just repeated over and over again. This year, we have 9 cheeses. So, it's still not 24 cheeses, but it'll last us a little bit longer and hopefully, I really didn't look into it, but hopefully there will be some more of those horrible, cheesy jokes in there. Because really, I found those to be quite charming. So let's dig in. I think the order will go this year. We'll do Star Wars, then Avengers, and then we'll finish off with a lovely bit of cheese. So move that out of the way for now, because I'm going to need to open up these, because I'm pretty sure last year the display side of the box is actually the bottom of it, and we need to flip it upside down to actually do it. Oops, I have actually cut the box. That's not good. No. I think I've done something wrong here. No, the back of the box. So I have just like kind of compromised the integrity of the whole set now by cutting open the sides. Well, it should have been clearly marked. It probably was clearly marked. Well, I'm also punching holes in day number 4. All right. So there is our Star Wars. I'll also open it up while I'm here, right? I remember what order to do things in so I don't ruin this one too. And come on. No, not on that side. Here we go. The boxes are really super delicate on these this year. All right. Looks like we have to move Crimbo and Deadpool a little bit. There we go. That's acceptable. All right, so it is December the 1st, so I guess we want to start with day number 1 on each of these. And with Star Wars. So are we going to start with a minifigure, or nope, looks like we're starting out with a little ship. Is it the Razor Crest? I think it's a little tiny Razor Crest. I think why this set has more pieces is because it has more ships. I think we're probably getting more minifigures. Let's compare at the end. I don't really know for sure, but I feel like, and I could probably just count them on the front, but I think this has more ships and that has more minifigures. But let's put together our little mini Razor Crest, which means fast forward time. All right, I think that's correct. That's a little bit more of a complex build than I was expecting from an advent calendar. But also, it's a little more complex than I think these instructions really allow for. But I think I've got it put together properly. So yeah, it's a cute little piece. There is our little mini LEGO Razor Crest. I feel like it's identifiable as what it's meant to be. I think I have it assembled correctly. If not, please let me know in the comments. But I think I've done it right. So yeah, that's day 1 for Star Wars. Not a bad start. I mean, I personally think we would have started with a minifigure, but apparently the folks at LEGO have different ideas, and I'm sure they know better than I do about how to present their product. So let's check out what's on door number 1 over on the Avengers side of things. It's the same door. They're in the same configuration. That's interesting. Now see, day 1, we started out here with more of what I would have expected. We're starting out with a minifigure of Holiday Tony Stark. Let's get him all out of his bag, and we'll put him together. And here is Tony Stark, ready to fly. He's got his little repulsor boots going there. He's got his little repulsor blasters on his palms, of course, in the way LEGO does them, because LEGO minifigures don't have palms. And he's got 2 faces. You either have his Iron Man heads-up display face, or you can have, frankly, a kind of evil and angry-looking Tony Stark. and put his hair on him like so. And honestly, he kind of looks like a villain this way. You think? I think he looks kind of villainous. And then I'm not sure exactly what that's meant to be. A little tree, maybe? Who knows? But it's our day number 1 item. I think because his evil, like, Tim Curry villain face there is not working for me, I will put him in his helmet. And on his ugly sweater there, you can see his little reactor shining through his clothes as a snowflake. Very festive. I wonder if it's actually meant to be like an Iron Man suit, like if it's an ugly sweater Iron Man suit. I could totally see them doing that. Alright, so that's day 1 for LEGO. We have both of our things done there. Now it's time for a bit of cheese. Oh, he just does not want to stand up there. That's the problem with these as playmats is they're not flat. They're kind of bowed upward from being pushed inward in shipping. So they you can't really stick the minifigures on them properly. Day 1's been long enough. Let's finish it off with a bit of cheese. And how do we open this? This should be the longest one of these videos, because after this point, everything's open already. I don't need to go through these first steps of opening them ever again, or introducing it. So it's only got one. When does this come off then? No, that would make sense. So basically the box just uncovers the inside box, which looks exactly like the outside box, right down to the disclaimer of it being fridge door friendly and having 81% less packaging than a ball of plastic, I guess. So let's see what we get under door number 1. I'm thinking these are kind of small doors, maybe no jokes this year, which would be kind of disappointing. Oh, but I'm wrong. I'm wrong. There are jokes. Today's joke. What cheese rules the world? The Illuminati. That is a quality joke to start off with. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is still, like last year, from So Wrong It's Nom, features Ilchester Cheese, which unfortunately you can't really get in the US. And so not only does this have 9 cheeses this year instead of like, what, 5 I think last year had, this doesn't have the Emmental, which was my least favorite cheese from last year. It's like the one of these cheeses I can actually get locally normally. So I'm glad to see it gone. We've got instead, I think, the best ones from last year and a bunch of new ones that I haven't tried before. And today, for day 1, also they're little rectangles instead of circles. I don't know if wheels are better or not, but today we're going to go with good old basic cheddar, which is best before the 15th of January. So best to eat it quickly. Let's crack this open. It's kind of oddly shaped, isn't it? I guess that happens in shipping, in this kind of packaging. Smells of cheese. Let's give it a try. That is lovely and creamy and cheddary and a perfect start off to our month. And probably ultimately less bad for me than booze, but that's probably debatable. Yeah, I may have to cut this door off. That's going to be a problem for me, I think. But still, good day, good first day. We've got Razor Crest, we've got Iron Man, and we've got a lovely little bit of cheddar. At least it should be like a week and change before we actually start hitting repeats this time. So that'll be nice. Well, that's it for day 1. I hope you found this all interesting or entertaining. If you did, come on back tomorrow for day 2 of the Adventgers Assemble adventure. Also, hey, while you're at it, give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 2.